Hey, this is Kenny Evans. I have some questions that I wanted to pose to evolutionists and see if I can get some answers from them. This is not a slam on them. I do not believe in the theory of evolution. I believe that God created the world. But there's a lot of big questions. There's questions that evolutionists have about God, and I will do my best to try to answer those. So send them to me, and I will do my best. I will research it. I might have an answer on the spot, maybe. We'll see. Alright. First question. What explosion in world history ever created order? That's how we have the universe right now, from a big explosion. But I would like at least give me one example of an explosion in history, out of any of the wars, out of anything like that, that created some resemblance of order. That order came out of an explosion. That's the first one. Where does space for the universe come from? Is there a universe factory or what? That's what I want to know. Where did space for the Big Bang to come into come from? And where did the laws come from? The laws of inertia, of gravity, law of thermodynamics, law of centrifugal force, and there's many more laws. Where did the laws come from? That's what I would like to know. Where did the energy come from to do all the organizing? If everything is organized, energy organized it, where did the energy come from to organize all these things? I don't know. How did life learn to reproduce itself? When, where, and how did life learn to reproduce itself? Was it the things before the monkeys? Because it's fish, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, right? So, was it the amphibians that figured it out? And then they knew when they became reptiles that came to be mammals and monkeys. And how come monkeys aren't evolving right now? There's like tons of monkeys. Go to the zoo, go to Africa, and there's monkeys everywhere. Where's the half monkey, half man? Figured there should probably be a bunch of them. Where's all the bones too? Probably should be a lot of bones from the billions of people who have died in the millions of years that man has evolved. So where is that? Alright. Those are the personal questions. I have some in my Bible right here, but those are ones that I had on my own, so out there. Alright. How can mutations create any new improved varieties? How can mutations create any new varieties? If I took the English alphabet and scrambled all the words, in no sense could I make a Chinese alphabet. At all. Alright. When, where, how, and why, and from what did whales evolve, seahorses, bats evolve, eyes evolve? How did our eyes evolve? That's a pretty big question. I know I've said everything's a big question, but I guess in the scope of it, all these questions are huge questions. How did the eye evolve? What was before the eye? How did the things see? I mean, there's teachers who teach biology, teach evolution in colleges, and I know they're out there and they're listening to this, and I definitely would like an answer. If you're teaching something, and using my tax dollars to pay for it, by the way, if you're teaching something in our schools, I believe that you should have an honest, real answer to the questions that we, as believers and non-believers, pose to the theory of evolution. Alright. This is a cool one. Which evolved first? How and how long did it work without the others? The digestive system. The food to be digested, the appetite, the ability to find and eat the food, the digestive juices, or the body's resistance to its own digestive juice, stomach, intestines, etc. The drive to reproduce, or the ability to reproduce. Which one of those came first? The lungs, or the mucus lining, to protect them, the throat, or the perfect mixture of gases to be breathed into the lungs. DNA or RNA to carry the DNA messengers to the cell parts? Which one of those came first? The termite or the flagella? In its intestines, it actually digests the cellulose. How would it digest it if it wasn't there before? The plants or the insects that live on the plants to pollinate the plants? Which one of those came first? The bones? The ligaments, the tendons, the blood supply, or the muscles to move the bones? And the nervous system, repair system, or the hormone system? The immune system, or the need for an immune system? There are many questions out there that I would like to know, that other people would like to know. This is such a huge theory that people base their whole life about, and they say that it is provable, but I don't see any answers for those questions, or how any of those are even feasible to even happen. My eyes for seeing, my nose, my mouth, my teeth for chewing my food, my throat that brings it down, my stomach that takes care of it, and the other part that gets rid of it for me. My arms, my fingers to grab things with my arms, my veins, the blood that's inside of them. How did all this come so perfectly? How did my eye evolve first? That's just a huge question right there. Charles Spurgeon even said to suppose that the eye came from natural evolution is absurd. Even Spurgeon said that. Sorry, I mixed that up a little bit. I apologize. Alright. So there I'm out there. There's my questions for the atheists, for the evolutionists. Well, what do you believe? Did the world evolve? Did all those things just happen? The sun, the moon, to rotate the earth, so we have enough sun? So we have heat, our brains? Next question. If you think that the earth evolved, how can you trust your brain if it just came about by accident? I'm just throwing that one out there. Alright. I believe in the beginning, God. You believe in the beginning, dirt. I believe all the dogs in the world came from 2 dogs off of Noah's Ark. You believe all the dogs came from a rock. You can deny these things and send me messages and say I'm stupid and I'm wrong about what I believe. But if you research your books and go look and see how everything came upon the rocks and boiled it, and it rained upon the rocks for millions of years and cooled down, and then the amoebas came, it all boils down to everything came from a rock. And that's what you believe. So, I believe an intelligent designer created the world. His name is Yahweh, the Father. He created the world. He created the heaven and the earth and the sea and everything that's in it in 6 days. The world's only 6,000 years old, not billions of years old, despite what you believe. And we sinned and broke God's laws. God loved so much that Jesus came down and took our penalties for us so we can be forgiven. The Bible says that confessing ourselves to be wise, they became fools. Don't be a fool about God. Jesus is real. Evolution isn't. To hell with evolution. It is not real. God bless you. Have a good night. Bye.